Let me give you a story or two. Let me give you a story or two. Destabilizing animosity, annihilated the curiosity of the angelic atrocity. Vision is velocity, hostility in my mind during the meeting's proceedings. Nigga, are we really discussing how you killed my brother, how to mend this fence, and what I'm gonna tell his mother? Didn't you try to leave his body in a gutter? Oh yeah, tough guy. Well, I got news for you. Somebody's about to blow your brains out through the window shutter. Let me give you a story or two. Yeah. 7. The disciple of Agatha Harkness has come back from the darkness to reach out and spark the heartless. He's an artist with a target list, manifested by the bringers of pain, who initially drove him to a place of no gain. How could you not comprehend, out of all people, you who was worn down by a slow flame, because you chose to never be the same. At our kind, they always choose to aim, lacking the very mechanics of an advanced idea, but you were also at fault as well as to blame. You decided to rob the IKEA. What? Let me give you a story or two. Y'all peeping the story I'm telling? Nigga, stop running your mouth acting hard because you a felon. Pertaining to your reliability, there ain't no telling. You should have withdrawn from this tournament. My energy is forever permanent, eternal. You went so cold that you might need a thermal. Look, I'm not trying to make this personal, but you aren't worth the words it would take to hurt you. Whether I use the language of intellect or I speak to you with a lack of respect, apathetic investment at best. Death was the heaviest weight on my chest. Running with you, I expected to be met with my last breath, taken by a blast of regret. It's funny because you always call me the devil's guest, and of course you never let it rest. You were the reason this did begin, so you might as well bring it to an end. You are the effort I do commend. Way to take it on the chin. This will be number 7 for your deadly endeavors of sin. Goodbye. Hey. I know you need peace. She said she doesn't need me. She said she never needed me. She said she doesn't need me. She said she didn't need me. She said she doesn't need me. She said she never needed me. She said she didn't need me. She said she didn't need me. Taking a minute to go with the rhythm. I was up in her and making her shiver to flow with the overly welcoming feeling of lust. Hoping to make her bust until I fill the minds of the people with disgust. She never could let it go in the beginning and so no trust. She said she doesn't need me. She said she didn't need me. She said she doesn't need me. She said she didn't need me. I'm only trying to let you know. Hey, trap me. Hey, I'm only trying to let you know. Beat her with the flex. She wanted to be my ex. She only needed sex. We tried to work on it and get it together, but knew it was never gonna be the way it was again. But I was adamant about getting back to that place of jubilation and happiness. She could bend over with my tongue on her back, and I was loving it as I continued grabbing it. Serenity, you wanted to take from me all of my energy. There was no sympathy or empathy as a human being. It began to sting, and so I had to let you go and release you. You were like that. You were like that psychological and very much physical porcupine. You were killing me, you were burning me, you were stinging me. You were taking every bit of me, it was hurting me. So I certainly let it go. Was it the worst thing I could do? Or the worst way to go about it? When I heard you. This is my skin. This is my skin. This is my skin. Black Pass Productions. District 9. Phase 9. Thank you for listening. Double feature. I battle with blackness and entropy. Don't expect me to show empathy. I won't lend a hand corrupting the host to accommodate the parasite bearing a lack of sympathy. The energetic enemy of a human being is soon to bring kinetic energy from the pit of a heartbroken monster. Nobody wants a land of ambiguity to conquer. Flaws and fraudulence are the only ways that you honor. Let them know what you have born. Since the day that you were born. I am much more than biracial. You want me to let it melt on you? Do you really want me to let it melt on you? You want me to let it melt on you? Systemic racism is something you'll never survive. This is the 7th incident, but we need to talk about 85. They tried to bury this nigga alive. They tried to drown me and didn't care if I cried. I was always much more than biracial. I didn't get a free ride. Black communities, black cities, black unity, black companies supporting black countries through black ingenuity. The very first cowboys were black. Don't tell me that this ain't got shit to do with me. I have no remorse for those spewing ignorance uselessly. Not that it could be salubrious or beneficial when you spew your ignorance in the first place. I intellectually destroy some of you niggas in the worst ways. For my people, for my people. Whoa, they're giving in the evil. No. Whoa, they're giving in the evil. No. Go. But it's a double feature and I want you to kick this.
For one thing, it wasn't your normal 3-inch buck knife that usually most of these people carry or whatever. And was subsequently learned that he was a butcher at a local slaughterhouse. And
I gave you 7 days to live and you wasted it. Only your insides will give me satisfaction. Give me your soul and watch my reaction. Even a zombie suffers from mental impaction. I'm a warm body and I just want to go home again, but they won't let me go back to my place of peace, made to embrace release. The rage will never cease. It keeps my body warm. Even when I see a fellow horde swarm, I stay in my final lord form. I gave you 7 days to live and you wasted it. I tasted a sip of your hatred in the dictator's pit. Witnessed the sins of grit. So just take a hit. Get ready to rock with the dead tonight in a petulant fit of repugnant indignation. I want you to feel my grip as it gets tight. Time for the zombie to turn out the light. I am demon, I am angel. I have taken flight. You say it's hard for you to listen and understand. You say you can't listen to me. You say you can't listen to locksmith or tech. Perhaps you lack the intellect. You are weak-minded. You're a zombie. Ow. Blood drips from your busted lips. I love you, but you just pushed it a bit too far. Threatened to push me out of your moving car. You never loved me and I get it now. I can't rock with this, she said before trying to take a razor blade to my eyebrow. The picture paints itself. You didn't want me to be committed, something you even admitted. How can this ever be a place of peace? I only want this to cease. come back and give me what I need. Right. You called me after blacking out at your parents' beach house in Puerto Rico, crying and claiming I didn't love you. I had to fight your cousin Pico. You had the audacity to adjudicate the situation from afar, but you lack the mental capacity to replicate the sensation of that scar. You hate me for no reason other than the need to commit treason, more like a desire forged from the flame of a fraudulent fire. Walk away from me! Walk away from me! You don't love me! You don't know me! Live and let it die! Live and let it die! That's the message that I live my life by. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. 5-minute track for what, nigga? You can't even. Down the audible balance of my sound for a while. I give you a hairy style of prestidigitation. Most of you suffer from psychological vegetation. Hip-hop will never benefit from my resignation, so I won't quit when it comes to a story like this. Psych gives off a spike of enlightenment, even when they don't like it. Strike a match for conscious legitimacy, alliterated literacy. Bombastic intimacy, the music you listen to exists in infamy. It's bad for you, mentally infamous vacancy, stuck in a flagitious man's agency. Wake up and never give in to complacency. This industry will worsen any open injury. I refuse to allow you people to mindlessly conform for another century. Seventh. Seventh. Sin. Seventh. Sin, seventh, sin. In the middle of the seventh endeavor, we lost them. Seventh, sin, seventh, sin. In the middle of the seventh endeavor, we lost them. In the middle of the seventh endeavor, we lost them. In the middle of the seventh endeavor, we lost them.